Hey travelers, Mag and I here on day 52 of our trip across the United States. This morning we're shooting from Great Lakes National Cemetery. This place is pretty impressive. In just a few moments here we're going to go ahead and take you on a tour of the grounds and let you see it for yourself. Today we're only covering about 90 miles, much like we did yesterday. But don't tell Aichan, today's going to be a hiking day. Yep. We're starting off on the Genessee County Parks Trails. We're going to hike out and we're going to get all three of the state challenges. The Lower Peninsula, Upper Peninsula, and all counties in Michigan challenges. After that, we're going to go ahead and relocate to the Southern Links Trailway. From there, it's about 6 miles to go after the caches that are in the Michigan State Star GeoArt. If all lines up, we'll do the whole 6 miles out, find the entire series, and then maybe find a shortcut back to the car. We know we're going to get some hiking miles in today, and you're going to get to seal the trails right along with us. So come on, let's go see what the day has to offer.
Great Lakes Cemetery, located in Holland within Oakland County, was established in 2005. This is one of only 2 national cemeteries in Michigan, the other being Fort Custer, which we visited just a couple days ago. The cemetery spreads out over a sprawling 544 acres and has over 23,000 interments. In total, there are 100 flags along the avenue coming into the cemetery. The muffled drum's sad roll has beat, the soldier's last tattoo. No more on life's parade shall meet that brave and fallen few. On fame's eternal camping ground, their silent tents are spread, and glory guards a solemn round, the bivouac of the dead. As you're looking out over the lakes, past the many thousands of graves of the fallen, you're reminded of all those who have come before. Walking these grounds is a solemn moment to remember all of the brothers and sisters in arms who have served through many centuries of conflict. As President Truman said, we can well afford to pay the price of peace. Our only alternative is to pay the terrible cost of war. May you rest in peace until we meet on the other side, my brethren. After departing the Great Lakes Cemetery, we immediately made our way over to the Burton County Veterans Memorial. Yet another great memorial to remember the fallen, for they shall always stay alive so long as we keep them alive within our memories. The main portion of the memorial has plaques dedicated to World War I, World War II, Korea, the Vietnam War, the Persian Gulf, and all other conflicts that our men and women have served in over the years. The flags of the memorial fly high over tablets to remember all of the Burton County veterans who have fallen in conflict over the many years. Alright, time for our hike in the Genessee County Park Trail system. We'll just go ahead and park right over here at this very convenient parking spot. Ooh, maybe not. Oh, not there either. And not there. Okay, where are we supposed to park? After the painful discovery that we could not park right next to the County Challenge Finals, we parked over at the Richfield County parking lot. This meant 1.5 miles along this smooth paved trail to get out to where we just were. Aichan at least seemed okay with this, given the nice trail conditions out here though. But with how many bikes are moving back and forth, it is essential that you keep your dog leashed at all times. We did not see anybody once we reached the trail system off of the paved portion, however. Which was great because it allotted us plenty of time to track down each of the 3 County Challenge finals. There are few things in this game as satisfying as finding an ammo can when you complete a challenge like this. As soon as it was clear we were done, Aichan could not wait to beat feet and get back to the paved trail again. It's not like the hike out here was too bad, but this is the center of Mosquito Alley for the state of Michigan. No, seriously, I would not be surprised to discover if all of the mosquitoes in the state were born from this one trail system. They were thick in the air around us like a cloud. And we didn't see any relief until we finally reached the trailhead again. Only then did they thin out to a smaller cloud. And by comparison, we are more than happy to have them buzzing around our heads. Come on, Aichan, almost back to the car. Let's go. Our most entertaining cache find of the day came shortly after we got off the trail. The coordinates for this one are pretty clear that it is somewhere near this planter box. But where? With a little more investigation, we were able to determine that the top half of the planter box is the only part that's actually doing anything. So we removed all 4 of the pins and were able to pivot the top around. And there we have it, the geocache just waiting for us to find it. Oh yeah! We were fortunate enough to be able to visit one more Veterans Park before we got back on the trails, the Veterans Park in Clio. We were pleasantly surprised to discover this memorial to our first responders here as well. And the flags flying high above the memorial represent each branch of service, letting all who pass by know that the veterans here will always be remembered. And then it was time to set off on our last hike of the day at the Southern Links Trailway. We parked about a mile north of Otter Lake and then started our way in on the trail, heading directly south. Much like the Genessee County Parks Trail that we took on earlier in the day, this was a nice, flat trail all the way, which offered fantastic views along its course. Ai-chan and I enjoyed the pleasant trail conditions and were more than happy to find that all of the geocaches were just as relaxing. For the most part, they all followed the same basic format, freeforms hanging up just above the ground. So once you figured out how to find one, you figured out pretty much how to find them all. That is, of course, with a couple of exceptions. Some of the geocaches in the series are much more welcoming than others. And the center of the GeoArt, though further into the woods than the others, is well worth it. Cachers are rewarded with an ammo can for their perseverance in reaching the center. Oh goody, some toys! It's always great with an ammo can loaded up like this. As soon as we turned around to head back from the halfway point, Ai-chan got some pep back in her step. This dog never moves quite as fast as she does when she realizes that we're heading back to the car. That's always her favorite part. She was almost too exhausted to enjoy this sunset, but I encouraged her to take a look.
That does it. That wraps up an awesome day out here in Michigan. Ai-chan and I have had a wonderful day. We did not cover that many miles today. Instead, we were able to enjoy the sights that we saw along the way and got out on the trails and we hiked the miles. Lots of miles. We did 3 miles on the Genessee County trails, and then later on in pursuit of the Michigan State Star, we did another 5 miles out there on the Southern Links Trail. Ai-chan is exhausted. She didn't even want to get out of the car once we got here to Lapeer. But I told her we need to get out at least to catch that sunset. You wouldn't want to miss that, right, Ai-chan? Like this video, subscribe for daily updates, and we'll see you out on the trails.